very resistant to this today, but I did dream last night. It's just that I don't have a fucking clue what it was. Because I woke up 5 minutes after my alarm went off. I slept through my alarm, and then I went right to physical therapy. Why is my eyeline always in the corner? It should be here. Whatever. Today is one of those days where you started a creative project and you're like, this is dumb now. I feel like that. But I'm going to keep going, even if I think it's stupid, because I have this delusional hope that I will dream tonight. The dream that I had last night was about, I know there was a friend present. I just don't know who. There was a friendly presence. And anyway, so I thought, because I didn't dream last night, not in a way that I could capture, I thought I would talk about a dream that I had when I was a kid that my sister-in-law and brother also had in the trailer that we lived in. And when my sister-in-law would stay over, she had this dream. It was of an old woman holding her hand out and going, give it back. And I've never looked into what this could mean before. I've never deep dove into it. I always just assumed it was my grandmother, even though this dream happened for me while she was still alive. She didn't love me like too much. She didn't like me like as a person. I think she loved me. I just think she didn't like me. Does that make sense? She loved men in her life. So I think there was just like a lot of internalized misogyny going on. But the intense part of the dream was, like, I just remember her hand. And I always had this resistance when I was younger, like middle school, high school. I would go to this art camp in the summers where I would draw and paint and create. And I had this resistance to drawing hands because they creeped me out. And still do, by the way. Like, I don't look at people's hands very often, and I still can't really draw them. But I think that there's something to unpack in the dream that feels like hand related. Let me see. Where is it? Where's my dream board? Oh, it's here. Okay, here's my dream moods. So let's see. Dun 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 dun. Okay. What I just looked up, it says that dreaming of an old woman demanding give it back symbolizes a subconscious prompt to reclaim lost wisdom, honor a past commitment, or return energy or guilt that I'm holding on to. A crone figure can indicate a need for introspection or to address a repressed memory. Could be reclaiming personal power, could be unresolved guilt, or I feel like I owe someone something, repressed wisdom or memory, or need for self-correction. I haven't had this dream since I was probably 16, 17, 8, maybe. I had it once when I came home from college. And my sister-in-law, I think, had it right after I left for college. And then my brother had it a bunch. Oh, okay. My brother had it a bunch when we were growing up. But it hasn't recurred since I moved out of my childhood home. And it hasn't occurred for either of them in years. So interesting to think about. It is interesting to think about what I might be holding on to emotionally or physically or mentally that maybe belongs elsewhere. I think I grew up with a sense of people pleasing, of course, that was like pretty ingrained in how I was raised. And I was raised to be of service to others and not of service to myself. So an interpretation that I might walk away today, busy, with is returning the kind of productivity and reward system that's in my head when I am doing something for someone else. How can I reward myself for doing things that are just for me, like finishing my film, finishing my novel? These are very hard self-directed things to do, but they are necessary. So maybe it's that. Tonight I am going for a late meeting at 9 o'clock, but I don't have an early day tomorrow, so I'm really hoping to clock a good deal of REM sleep and then maybe have a pretty vivid dream. I'm not going to tell myself what. I mean, maybe I'd like to revisit. It would be so cool to revisit this dream with this figure in it and to really feel like I'm wielding some sort of control over my subconscious. I know that that's prescriptive and probably not the right way to approach things, but that's where my head just went just now. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Not giving up this experiment, even though I want to.